On this edition, I'm going to break down and predict the upcoming fight, UFC 155, between Forrest Griffin and Chael Sonnen. Now, this fight kind of took a good majority of us by surprise, is that a lot of people thought that Chael Sonnen would be fighting Vanderlei Silva at middleweight, and then, or a catchweight, who knows, and then Chael Sonnen obviously made us all aware that he's moving up to 205, he's coming for the belt, going after John Jones. Obviously, John Jones has to beat Dan Henderson, but Chael Sonnen's at 205. Obviously, he's be fighting Forrest Griffin. Interesting fight. These two have fought before earlier in their careers. Obviously, Forrest Griffin defeated Chael Sonnen by triangle choke. No mystery there to Chael Sonnen. So I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to break down both fighters. I'm going to do my predictions. So I'll start with Forrest Griffin. What Forrest Griffin brings what his skill set is simply the fact that he has a good stand-up game. He has a good ground game. He's most definitely the bigger guy in this fight. He has a 3-inch reach advantage. He is not the faster guy in this fight, though. I think Chael Sonnen is the more athletic guy. But if we're talking about balanced game and better striking, I'm going to give Forrest a slight advantage in the striking department. What he brings in the stand-up game, Forrest is not the faster striker, but he's most definitely the smarter fighter in this fight, has a little bit more of a dynamic edge in this fight. Is that Forrest uses his hands, his elbows. He has a good clinch game. Whether he wants to flirt with that in this fight, especially against a wrestler like Chael Sonnen, remains to be the biggest question. And Forrest Griffin likes to put combinations together. He likes to work his jab. He likes to throw 1-2. He likes to finish a lot of his combinations with leg kicks. He works his leg kicks actually pretty effectively in the stand-up game. He likes to chop people down. He likes to kick the body and work the head as well. He likes to kick to the face. He changes levels. But like I said, slight edge in the striking department of Forrest Griffin. He does have power in his hands. I do not see him finishing Chael Sonnen in this fight in the stand-up department. But I'd say slight edge in stand-up and definitely a reach advantage in this fight. But Forrest Griffin's been known. I mean, his chin is, he's been in brawls before, but his chin is definitely questionable. He has been knocked out 5 times, so we'll see if his chin can hold up against the ground and pound and stand-up boxing of Chael Sonnen. Now in the ground game, Forrest he's got pretty good takedown defense against a wrestler like Chael Sonnen. It's definitely going to be put to the test. Good takedown defense and good in the clinch. He does have takedowns. I don't see him taking down Chael Sonnen in this fight, but what he does have is a good grappling advantage. He has a black belt under Drysdale. He can submit guys off of his back. He has definitely a tricky guard. He's very active. He is squirmy on the ground. Question is, can Chael Sonnen keep him on the ground? Most definitely. I think that's definitely the biggest question. Can he get up from off the ground, or can he lock in the submission on Chael Sonnen? And with his active guard, it's most definitely possible. He does have the long legs. Definitely advantage to him. He likes to finish fights. Rear naked chokes is bread and butter. I don't see him getting the dominant position on Chael with the rear naked, but what I do see him doing is throwing up the triangle choke again at Chael. I think that's something that Chael's going to have to be aware of, especially seeing that's how Forrest defeated Chael Sonnen in their first fight. So a couple things with Forrest Griffin. Obviously, the reach advantage, not a speed advantage in this fight. I think Chael's a little bit more explosive. I think his chin's most definitely questionable. So where I see Forrest Griffin being successful in this fight, I think, keep it standing. I think he could definitely, I don't want to say pick Chael Sonnen apart, but I think he has the little bit better strike. He's definitely put some combinations together. Watch the leg kicks, though. Chael likes to catch the leg and take you down to the ground and work his ground and pound. But if he fights this one smart and picks his spots, he could test the chin of Chael Sonnen, but he could definitely win in the feet. If he's on his back, definitely be aggressive with your submission attempts. We all know the Achilles heel of Chael Sonnen is submissions. So we'll have to see how far along Chael Sonnen's submission defense has come in this fight. So I see Forrest Griffin. Quite frankly, I don't see him TKOing or knocking out Chael Sonnen. I see him winning this fight via submission. I don't see in the dominant position submission. I see it being a triangle choke, to be quite honest. I think that's exactly how he's going to do it, off of his back with a triangle, if he's to win this fight. If he wins decision, I don't see it happening. I think Chael's wrestling and his takedowns is going to outpoint Forrest Griffin. So that's where I see Forrest Griffin being successful. So Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen's obviously moving up from middleweight to light heavyweight. I think it's a good move for Sonnen. He was making a big weight cut. He can now make a healthier weight cut. So people think Chael Sonnen's a wrestler, which most definitely is. But Chael Sonnen's got a very underrated boxing game. He's got very quick hands, a good footwork, not exceptional footwork. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But Chael has good boxing, not the best of head movement, but he uses his striking very effectively. Throws the 1-2. Doesn't really work the body too much. He likes to get in the clinch and work some dirty boxing in. He likes to test his range. But I think the best part of it, Chael Sonnen's not the best of power in his hands, but he uses his striking better in the ground and pound department. But the best part of his striking is the fact that Chael uses striking to set up his outstanding ground game and good takedowns. He is at a reach disadvantage in this fight. He has a 3-inch reach disadvantage in this fight. He has 74-inch reach to Forrest's 77. But Chael Sonnen's wrestling game, it's outstanding. With his Olympic wrestling, with his background, and in the clinch, Chael could throw guys down a variety of different ways, whether it's tripping the leg, double, single leg takedown, or slamming a guy in the clinch. he gets it down, and he's very explosive when he does so, and he's very tenacious. He's constantly in your face. He's constantly pushing at a very fast pace. Does not give you any time to rest. He lets you know you've been in a fight. He drags you into deep waters. That's exactly what he does. And when he gets you down to the ground, Chael's bread and butter is his ground and pound. Advancing guard, ground control, posturing up, raining down the ground and pound. He beats you down, and like I said, he's constantly working. So his ground and pound will definitely be effective in this fight, but can he avoid the submission attempts from Forrest Griffin is the biggest question. Is that the Achilles heel of Chael Sonnen has always been a submission defense, and a lot of his losses have come via submission. He does have a good chin. We saw it get tested in the Anderson Silva fight. He did get the TKO. He's been TKO'd now 3 times. Never been knocked out cold, though. But, Chael's chin, I'd definitely say it's battle-tested, but it depends. If he's get caught, like any fighter, if he's caught with the right shot, definitely is a question. Where I see Chael Sonnen being successful in this fight, I think there's no question in this one. He can stand and trade. I think he's quicker. In the exchanges, I think he's going to have to get inside of Griffin's reach, work his 1-2, try and pick him apart a little bit. But I wouldn't really flirt with the stand-up. I think in a stand-up battle, I think Forrest Griffin would find a way to outpoint Chael Sonnen. But get him down to the ground, work your ground and pound. If you could test Forrest Griffin's chin and maybe TKO or knock him out, I think it's a reach. Chael, people say that he has pillow hands, but Chael beats people down. He knows how to break people down both mentally and physically. He lets you know you've been in a fight. But where I see Chael being successful in this fight, I think, like any wrestler, I think his takedowns are going to be a big factor in this fight. His ground and pound, his ability to work, and the dominant position. I think if Chael's going to win this fight, don't see him TKOing or knocking out Forrest Griffin, even though he's got a questionable chin. He's most definitely not going to submit Forrest Griffin. I think if Chael wins this fight, it's via unanimous decision. I just think his best way would be to outpoint Forrest Griffin and do it in the most dominant fashion. So that's where I see Chael Sonnen being successful. So where my prediction lies in this fight, I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. I don't see someone getting finished in this fight. I think if anybody's to get finished, it's definitely Chael Sonnen via submission. Forrest is going to get him in his guard. But I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. There's going to be stand-up, there's going to be ground, there's going to be dominant position, there's going to be submission attempts. It's going to be an entertaining fight. Chael Sonnen always brings the fight, and Forrest is a scrappy fighter. But when the dust clears and settles, I just see this one going to the better wrestler and grappling this fight. A slight grappling advantage to Chael Sonnen given his dominant wrestling. But I see this one going to Chael Sonnen. I see Chael Sonnen winning this fight via unanimous decision due to his takedown attempts, his ground and pound, and outstriking Forrest Griffin on the ground and avoiding the submission attempts. So I'll take Chael Sonnen defeating Forrest Griffin in his light heavyweight debut and at UFC 155 and inching one step closer to another fight in the light heavyweight division. And that's what I have for this edition. It's Kyle Delaney signing off. I'm out of here.